Welcome to the In the Court Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today's reaction video is to the no coffee date trend that's going on in the westernized society. I know there's a lot of serious things going on. There's wars, there's rumors of wars, but there are some lighter things that sometimes we find entertaining as an escape from all those things. Well, the dating scene is always very entertaining, especially the dating scene with modern women in the westernized world. Apparently now it is unfavorable for a man to take a woman out to a coffee date. It says something about that man, that he's cheap, that he's, essentially insulting a woman because he's not feeding her on that first date. So there's a lot of women who's making the case that coffee dates aren't sufficient and that other women shouldn't go on them. We'll start the show by analyzing one woman who breaks down how an exchange of conversation goes between her and a prospective suitor who's trying to get to know her.
This guy, and I'm going to read it to you because we've been talking for a couple days and he started talking about meeting up. So he said, we should get together over some pear and lychee cocktails soon. And I said, that's really sweet, but I prefer dinner. I like to get dressed up. Now, I always try to say it nicely because I don't want to be like, I don't accept drink dates. Like, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be, you can be nice about it. But let's just say I prefer dinner because I like to get dressed up.
Okay, so we already know she's more interested in where she's going and who she's going with. She's more interested in how she's going to look than what we're going to be talking about. It's interesting. Let's get into it.
You can be nice about it, but let's just say I prefer dinner because I like to get dressed up. And he said, I see. What type of places do you have in mind? So I sent him a list of places that I've been wanting to try, all sorts of different budgets. Okay. It ranges from medium to a little bit higher, all different locations around the city. So he can choose what works for him, timing and budget wise. So I sent the list of places. He says, these places sound really nice. I think it'll be fun to get to know each other over some nicer dining options. Here it comes though. But I wanted to let you know up front that if we were to meet at one of those places, I'm comfortable splitting the check. I usually will do drinks or something on the simpler end for the first meetup to see if there's a connection first.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Only smart. He already peaked that all you care about is getting taken somewhere. You've had these places lined up, so you just want somebody to take you to these places you've been looking at. You don't care who you go with. He knows you're using him for this dinner, which is crazy, but why would he just, let's go.
So my thing is, I don't like the coffee or drink date because they're trying to audition you to see if you are worth an actual dinner.
100% right. Why are we going to this big nice dinner where I'm going to spend a few $100s just to find out we're not even compatible? We're not even vibing. We go to coffee, we have drinks just to see if our personalities even match up. You feel me? We do that just to see where we can go next. You don't do dinner or movies or anything like that on the first date. You never really get to see the real side of a person. You do something real quick, something smooth, like he said, drinks. You know what I mean? So we could just take it easy and I can see where your head at. What does he look like courting you out to dinner when he don't even know you? No.
This is the thing for me. I know men. The number one thing men are judging you off of is your looks, right? When they see you, they meet you, they're going to be like, okay, how beautiful is she? Is she put together? Do I find her attractive, right? That's the number one thing. Your personality may come second, sure. But the first thing is how you look, right? So with that in mind, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer costs $32.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
No, you don't know men. You know what you want from men and what you're about to try to get from men, and we're not going for it. We don't care about how much you cost to make up. You're the one who said you got to get made up. We said you didn't have to do this. I just said come holler at me at the drink bar or the coffee bar. You're the one who brought up getting all done up. You wanted to do this, so don't try to flip it on me talking about how much your makeup costs. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
Okay. Why would I put on a full face of expensive makeup, do my hair, make sure my nails are done, make sure there's no hair on my body, and then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee or a $16 cocktail? Be oh so for real.
Guess what? You're a grown woman. Come ready already. That has nothing to do with me. You should be walking down the street with that done anyway. And nobody told you to come like that. That's on you. Everything she see has a dollar attached to it. You feel me? Like, all she see is money. Homie knew what it was. No, I'm not pressed for you, your time, and you ain't getting none of this money. You're not getting no free validation, no free dinner. You're not even about to be seen with me. I'm not about to be seen with you.
Let's take it even deeper. When women go out with a man that they do not know, they take a huge risk. Men are crazy. Okay, do you watch the news? Like 1 in 5 men are violent. He could unalive you. He could RAPE you. He could stalk you. He could harass you if he feels like it. Like, it is very dangerous, extremely dangerous. When you go out with a man, you have to share your location with your mom and your friend. You have to send a screen recording of his Hinge profile and the conversation that you guys had so that if you go missing, they have context. You have to text your friend every half an hour while you're with him to let her know that you haven't been beheaded. You have to take an Uber so that he doesn't know what kind of car you have, and just in case he's crazy. And then when you get home, you have to text somebody to tell them that you made it home alive. Men aren't doing that. They don't have to worry when they meet a woman that they do not know that their lives will be in danger. Quite the contrary.
I beg your pardon?
That's the problem. You're sitting up watching the news, scrolling social media all day, escaping reality. You so far in your bubble, you don't even know what's going on out here. We, men, we're worried about getting set up. We're worried about getting used. We're worried about getting trapped. We're worried about a bunch of shit. So for y'all to sit up and say, we're not worried about nothing except for getting catfished or something simple like that, is crazy. We worry about a bunch. Y'all sit up and have babies that ain't ours, put them on us, put us on child support. Y'all sit up, involve your family members in our business. You know what I mean? When it was your fault, you sit up, talk bad about us on social media. When it was your fault, you knew what them guys was about when you chased him down. You know what I mean? You ain't about nothing. I'm not even about to go there. Let's continue.
Men benefit from just being seen with you in public, okay? If you are beautiful, poised, well-dressed, it reflects well on him. People look at him and they think, oh, wow, he must be the man. Ooh, he probably has money. You know what? He's probably a good guy if he can pull her. And this is especially so if you are more attractive than him. If he's fugly or he's overweight or he's short, they're like, oh, yeah, he must have money in order to be able to pull a baddie like that. So my thing is like, what's in it for women? We've already spent more money than you by just putting our makeup on. We're in danger. Like, what's in it for us? So then all of that, plus this man is a pharmacist, okay?
She's so lost. She got the reality so flipped up. It's actually the other way around. We the man. They know we the man by ourselves when you actually the man. So cut the shit. You know what I mean? They see you with me and all the girls be like, oh, she got her one. She secured the bag. You know y'all like that word. Secured the bag. That's what y'all on. They not looking at him saying nothing. The homies, they probably looking at him like, what he doing? Like, we know shorty using him for the money. Ain't nobody clapping, applauding him. They applauding you because you done locked it down. Yeah, you look good. You arm candy, but guess what? We can find that anywhere. You can find a girl that don't even speak English and just use her as arm candy. It don't take much. Like, come on. It's actually the opposite. So while you're out here on your TikTok spreading lies, add that into it. That's why I say focus on y'all. And if they're not down to go get drinks just to see where each other head at, you're a red flag. You trying to get a free dinner. Why are you out here down bad like that? You're trying to get some free validation. You're trying to get done up so you can be taken out and have a good time. That's what you want without giving nothing up. Say, all right, let's do something else. And then the next day, you're going to be with another dude. We're not going for this. We just didn't vibe because you should have went and sat and had coffee with him and you would have known that, but you don't want to know that. You want to get some money spent on you. so you can hop to the next dude and do that with him. Stay on your job, man. See y'all in the next one.
Okay, so that was that video. This is tough to watch, actually. To date in the modern day is a tough feat. So I'm gonna try to break down this video. Apparently, some women feel as if some guys are being cheap if they ask them out to a coffee date for the first date. There are a group of women who are kind of doing these tutorial videos on TikTok, walking women through how to handle responding to a guy that offers them out on a coffee date and what they should or should not say in response to that invitation. It appears that the person that this young lady was talking about, she perceived him to be a pharmacist. And by that, I'm thinking she's referring to him being a street pharmacist, i.e. a dude that hustles, i.e. a dude that sells drugs in the streets. So I think she's saying that caliber man should have the money to splurge on you and to spend the type of money that they would want him to spend. Now, the question is, would any self-respecting man, allow this type of behavior from a young woman like this? I have two thoughts on that. I think some men do. They do allow the behavior, and the reasons why they allow the behavior is because they don't have any true, real intentions for women like that. They just see them as fun girls, a woman for a good time. And so what they'll do when they just assume that, you're playing a game with them, or that they don't really see a future because of the way that you think and the way that you move, a guy might go along with that. He might go ahead and take you out to dinner. He might go ahead and pay for drinks, maybe get a few gifts here and there, because in the long run, he knows that he's not thinking about you in the long run. He's just essentially, sees you as a quick score, if that. Now, there are women who caught on to that they know that men are, essentially coming in to try to conquer them. So a lot of women's like, well, look, if you're going to try to conquer me, I might as well get as much out of you as is humanly possible before I even consider doing that. Now, there's a couple things here. I don't think that this young lady's interested in the guy that she's trying to, go out with. Normally, when a person is interested in you, if they're into you, they don't really care what you do. They just want to be around you. There's something about you that they find captivating, that they find interesting. No particular dinner, no particular event is going to make a person more into you than they were initially when they met you. So that's a fact, right? Any woman who's telling you, well, the reason I'm not that into it is because this dinner is not fancy enough, or this restaurant's not classy enough, or, your car's not nice enough, or your house is not nice enough, or you didn't buy me a bag. Some women will even ask you to cash app them before they even talk to you. As if to say they'll be more interested in talking to you once you put money in their bank account. See, if these are things that you're being told by these women, these are early indicators that these people are opportunistic, they're swindlers, they're women who are trying to take advantage of the situation. And unfortunately, they see you as a mark. They see you as somebody who will be gullible and dumb enough and desperate enough to go through such lengths just to get their time and their attention. They want to charge you by the minute and by the hour for the time that they choose to spend with you. And if you're going to be charged by women like that, might as well call an escort service or something, right? I'm not advocating for people to do that. Obviously, as a man of God, I would definitely tell you to court the type of women that you could see yourself marrying. But if these women are presenting it in a way where they're making it seem so transactional, then, you have to make a transactional decision, right? And if you're going to be used in that manner, you might as well, take certain things into account. Now, on the flip side, I would be ashamed if that was my daughter talking like that. And I don't know if the young lady's doing this you know, for clickbait. A lot of times that's what people do. They'll just do these things to get clicks. I don't know if she's trolling. I don't know how serious she is, but there are a group of women who do stuff like this to try to, you know, I guess advise other young women or other women on, you know, how to get the most out of a man. A lot of times when they're not interested in a man, they'll play these type of games and these schemes on a man just to see what they can get away with. And if you're any self-respecting man, you got to stop that right at the butt. In this particular case, the man that she was trying to run game on apparently understood that and had a rebuttal. That's why he was saying, well, no, you know, if we do go to these places, I'll pay for myself to eat. You'll pay for yourself to eat. He already got the inclination that she, you know, was going to try to pull these type of games on him. And so he's playing it and hedging his bets already off rip. Now, I don't think it's wrong for a man to say, let's sit down over coffee or tea or grab drinks for us to get to know each other. It's actually very common. I think a man's true intentions in wanting to know you would be over coffee and tea, for him to sit down, you know, get away from the distractions, and for him and you to talk and to just get to know each other, right? To me, that tells me that the man, you know, maybe is genuinely interested in knowing you, right? He could have invited you over his house the first night. He could have taken you to the club the first night. He could have done a number of things, right? You know, on your first date. But if he's trying to say, let's sit down, let's connect, he is trying to fill you out to see if there's some compatible traits that you guys have to potentially have a decent relationship. And then you build upon that, right? I think a lot of women is just like, look, this is a score. I'm just going to try to get as much as I can up front, and then I'm out of there, right? And unfortunately, that doesn't always sit well, and a lot of men are catch and win, and they're just not with it. You know what I mean? They're trying to sidestep, and they're trying to minimize the losses, you know? So that's my take on today's reactional video. You guys weigh in, like and subscribe and share this video, and also share your thoughts. Thank you.
I don't want to know your name, your job, your sex, your claim to fame. I don't want to know who you blame. I don't care, it's always the same. I don't want to know your name, your job, your sex, your claim to fame. I don't want to know who you blame. I don't care, it's always the same. I just want to look inside you and find out who are you deep beneath the surface. Show yourself. I don't wanna know your name, your job, your sex, your claim to fame.